All right, guys, welcome back to another video. This is Swiss, and today I'm going to have the very first review of the newly created asset pack that we have received from the Decentraland team. And from what I understand, it was commissioned by the Depcraft team, and KJ and her team have put it together. So, first of all, big shout out to all of the three parties. Thank you for continuously building out the builder assets over the last couple of months. And I think this is going to be an honest review. I usually do tell how it is from my point of view. Initially, I have celebrated this newly created asset pack on Twitter, and today I want to have a detailed look at some of the assets. Now, there are quite a few newly created objects and smart objects, so I'm gonna take a first stab at it, and then I think there is going to be an additional video where we are going to look at some of on some more of these assets. So I have randomly put together a couple of those assets onto my land just for a quick review, and let's get started with it. So there is this object here, and it is a smart object, meaning that we can hold on. What is going on here? So we can open and close it. So it's actually quite a cool item. This is not something that you can easily create with Blender yourself. So, the fact that this is now a smart object is kind of cool. Now, yeah, I mean, the metal kind of color shading here, is this something you enjoy or not? I think it's a matter of taste. I kind of have this slight feeling that it looks like it doesn't have a color, but actually it is metallic. So yeah, but it's a cool object, something that we haven't seen yet with a sound attached to it. I think for that particular competition, it's going to be useful. Moving on, we have a few of these video stands, and I think this is something that has been missing in Decentraland. We had one video object until now that was very generic, but now these kind of standing boards with videos in them, this could be actually something that people might enjoy. There is this one, and I think I have placed another one somewhere here. Let's quickly have a quick look. No, I'm not sure where it is. Anyways, one interesting item that I have discovered right away is that pipe. So this pipe is serving as some sort of entry into a building, for example. So it could replace a set of stairs. Now, obviously, it's not so easy to navigate here with Decentraland unless you are in that first person mode. And I think kind of a cool idea. And I think this whole asset pack is a bit of a brainstorming session of the designers, because honestly, it's quite difficult to put together a good asset pack. I've had some brainstorming session on this topic as well. And I think here the guys just have gone wild trying all sorts of things. And by the way, this is the other video element that I was looking for earlier. So you could switch on and switch off video streams that will actually show all the way up there. So there are, I think, a whole selection of these video display tools now. And this column here is supposed to display images, if I understand this correctly. Probably there where you have the white spot. I did not exchange the standard link for anything custom, and for now they show some just a white area. You have to know that some of these items sometimes are kind of buggy when they're published for the very first time. So I'm not sure if the link is just not working properly or if there is a little bug. In any case, this is another cool item for that competition. Yeah. So we have new wall section. Like in the previous publication of a asset pack, in the gallery asset pack, we had literally only wall pieces and different modules to build. Now in this particular asset pack, we have focused on other elements, but there are a couple of wall and building modules such as these here. And actually they're kind of cool, right? And they have this 3D texture, and yeah, I think knowing how creative guys get, and how, if you remember the summary of all of the builds for the building contests, if you remember the creativity of people, I think they can really put these to use in a clever way. Again, it seems like everything is a little bit just random. There is no particular style or way of designing these items. There is nothing really in common. Each item is totally different, it seems. So there are a couple of objects, random objects like that, and I've made them kind of big, but there are microwaves and other cooking equipment. Not sure why we have these, but again, to me, it feels like this is a huge experiment to see what people can do with it. There are a set of pipes, other things which I cannot necessarily explain what they're for. I think they call this a manhole. Not sure what this is used for. I'm curious to see what people do with it. Then there is a set of walls with graffitis on them, and I think these are going to be probably quite interesting. Let's see what people do with it. If you, yeah, I think these beton walls will suit the actual topic of the competition nicely. This whole cyberpunk kind of movement will be well served with these type of stuff. Now there are also helicopters. We have one helicopter somewhere here in the air all the way up there. This is kind of a cool idea. Again, something completely different, right? I've never seen any assets that are like supposed to be positioned in the air. This is the first one. So it's a cool idea. It's not dynamic, so it doesn't fly or it doesn't animate, but yeah, cool stuff. There are some of these objects. Now, I'm not sure if how far we can expand its movement, and how can we actually direct these movements into different places. But you have this kind of, this is something completely new. You have also a couple of platforms, new platforms that move up and down that we have just seen here. So this is a welcome addition. I think these kind of elevator platforms are always useful. A police car, a low poly police car. I mean, the only thing I can say once again, seems to be a huge experiment. All sorts of different kind of assets. There is a fence like this that is really thin, like a metal fence. Again, these colors, like these beige colors, I do not like them. To me, they feel like as if there was supposed to be a color, but it didn't export right. And now we have, maybe this is a bug, I'm not sure, but I don't think this was the intended color. So I think maybe this is something that the team will still fix. And the same is true for this building here. I think I maybe oversized it when placing it on the scene, but this color here, I don't know, something is not right with that color. Maybe some of my settings are strange, but yeah, I mean, it's yellow with that plain vanilla brown. Probably there is an error of sorts. Now, what this building is for exactly and what it is supposed to be, why it's inside this asset pack, I do not understand just now. But again, we will see what people can actually do with it. And then there are walls like this, elements where, I don't know what they are. I guess just wall pieces, other modular, just different modules to put together into something else. This is actually a kind of a cool map. It would be, of course, nice if you could actually click on it and then open up maybe the actual map or some kind of smart item activity. But generally speaking, as a design item, I think this is pretty cool to have a Decentraland map like that. And yeah, I think this is there are these little buildings like little stores and stuff like that. So I think I mean, these are all nice to have items, but if we just walk through all of these, there is no common thread. I mean, we have these kind of graffitis that you can probably place on a wall. Each item is totally different and kind of strange and a little bit out of context. And I think these are really accessories that are supposed to enrich the previously created gallery asset pack to kind of, just provide designers a lot more options, a lot more detail. I mean, this is a lamp of sorts, and I've enlarged it quite strongly, so I'm not sure how this is going to be used. And then I forgot to show one little item here. Actually, I forgot to show quite a few things. But again, this asset pack is huge, so Here, there is this thing, like these little lamps, you know, I'm curious to see what people will do with that. And then there is another item which I find kind of strange. This flag item, I'm not sure what it is. You can probably like put it up in the air and they will probably, I don't know what this is for actually. So yeah, guys, this is it. This is the very first quick and dirty review of the new asset pack. I'm curious what you think. Is this something we can work with to create some really cool builds? Is this exactly what we were needing? Or is this a really strange collection of items? Or is my selection of items for this first video part uh, maybe just very diverse and a little bit biased? Again, this is just a very tiny fraction of the overall assets available in the new asset pack. So feel free to discover it. It's right here. You have lots of different things. I will be definitely making another video on maybe even 2 other videos to review some of the furniture items. I mean, I'm discovering actually a car here. Yeah, cool stuff, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I see you in the next video. Bye. Oh, yeah, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, please. All right, bye bye.